Hey everybody, I am Nanomango, and welcome back to LogicBots. Now first, before I get into this episode, I want to have a shout out for an amazing person that led me on the path to righteousness, and that is Ken SCT. He said, check out the counter for the maze level, and that led me directly on the path of righteousness. So what I did is I ended up looking at the counter, and that is what I had been needing the whole time. Now, I mentioned in the last episode that I was going to be basically working on this in my own free time, and that's exactly what I did. Without any further ado, we shall go and take a look at my new and improved robot. The very first thing that I want to point out is that I had to move the color sensor really far back, and I ended up looking up some designs. Now, I didn't copy the design. I basically wanted to see how they did their math and what sort of numbers they used, and through that I found out the color numbers for red and blue. I already knew the number for red, which is 1. However, I didn't know the number for 4 yet because I hadn't even made it to that other wall, and the number for that one is 4. So let's go into the circuit board. Now this thing is a mess, and actually some of it I don't need. I think this, no. Yeah, this, and this, I think I could delete if I wanted to, but I really don't want to mess anything up, but I don't think I'm using any of those, so we're going to ignore those. But this is a lot more cluttered than it should be, but this is basically what happened. Now this counter right here is the secret. It's the secret sauce in my special recipe for this robot. Hey guys, before I continue, I wanted to say that I noticed that I went into a lot of detail describing how the robot works. So if you just want to see the robot go and you don't want to know how it works, you can just skip to 6 minutes and 10 seconds. So I found out that the cumulative rotation is what I need to be working with in the last episode. So what I did is I put in a reset node here to reset the cumulative rotation, as well as a pulse to reset the counter every time I start the level. And that's because when, let's say I'm debugging and I go and sense the first red wall, it'll display a 1 on the counter, I think. That was right? Yeah, add would be the 1. Yes. Okay. So, basically, it would essentially start off the robot trying to go 90 degrees right away. So what this big mess of circuit boards are, I know I can color code all of this. I ended up taking all of the tutorials after the video because I figured I should actually know what the heck I'm doing a little bit more. But anyway, so all the wires are red because they're obviously connected to certain things, but in the future, I'll try to do that more. And also, thank you, Crazy Moki. He helped me to realize that I can actually use anchor points on the robot itself, and you can actually see that I used one here. I changed the anchor point, and I found out snap lines as well for symmetry, but yeah, so this anchor point helps me to set the block on its end, and I tried to make that block shorter, but I can't change it after I've already placed it, and I didn't want to replace the color sensor. Let's scoot on into here. So the cumulative rotation gets into a splitter, which then goes into another splitter, and this end goes into here, which is the greater than, and then this end of the splitter goes into the less than, and we'll get to these in a second. And then this split goes down to another splitter, which fantastic, which goes into the equals area for a thing that I don't need anymore, basically. And I was trying to make it so that it was if the alignment is equal to or greater than 0, it will continue going straight. And it didn't work out very well, so I ended up scrapping this whole equal to business. So I'll just do greater than or less than. And so these are the numbers that I'm working with. So 90 and 3 are the crazy bits of numbers. So 3 is the amount of degrees that the robot can go between, basically. And it goes into a splitter, and so it would be +3, and then down here to -3. When it senses a color, it sends information to the multiplier, or the counter, sorry, which multiplies the input by 90. Because the counter says 1. So then it equals this, and it gets sent into here, and you add it, and then it's sent to here, and then you subtract 3. So you add 3 and subtract 3. So I hope you're following me. So basically, if the compass is displaying something that's greater than or less than 90-ish, it will try to correct until it is within these parameters. And so what it does is it changes the direction of one of the motors so that it goes the opposite direction, so it rotates basically and faces the right direction. So I hope I described that okay to you. The color sensor goes into the splitter and it checks to see which number it's equal to once it receives a number, and then it sends an add or subtract. So if it subtracts 1, it'll say negative 90. So basically, it'll turn left 90 degrees. And then the whole process is repeated. So I hope you guys understand, but without further ado, I think it's about time we actually test this little robot out. And we'll send it on its merry little way. So here we go. This worked before. I didn't cross the finish line because I didn't want to completely finish. But as you can see, it magically turns on each of these corners. And the reason I had to put the color sensor so far back, I had to move the compass too, was because it was not far, or sorry, it was too far away from the wall that it was trying to get to, and it would actually turn too early, and it would either hit the hazard area or miss these walls entirely. So this last wall is the one that it ended up missing the most. And there we go, and it is completely done, and I am super excited to be finished with this. And oh my gosh, was it a hard level. So I finished the very first bit. So let's go to the industrial estate. Now there's a wall maze. This is going to be interesting. I also found out that I can actually go and look around. So what is this? I'm not... Oh, there it is. Oh gosh, it's an actual maze. Oh, no. I'm not sure that I'm qualified. Let's check out what stuff we have, and then we'll go take a look at that maze. The circuit board extension, and then some rangers. Okay, we have to start here, and it's a completely enclosed space, which is nice. Okay, so that's the finish line. So it has to go through the whole maze. Okay. I'm gonna guess that it's kind of like, yeah, and it's got to go through here. And I think that it would take a very long time for it to solve. Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure out if it would be faster if it followed the left walls or the right walls. Because that is one solid way of solving mazes, is to have it follow a certain wall. I don't know if I can even do that. Like, I'm not incredibly sure of how well I can do this. I'm thinking that if it goes along here and it senses that there is a wall in front, but not a wall on the left, then it'll turn left. Maybe. I'm gonna do some thinking, and I'll be right back. If you can follow a wall in a maze, as long as it doesn't have any infinite loops and you don't make any wrong turns, you can follow the wall of the maze to completion, no matter what, pretty much. And it can take you a long time, but that's the most reliable way of solving a maze. So I'm completely stumped already, and that is very typical of the Nanomango channel, but I will not just give up. I've got to figure this out. And I know that there's a solution, otherwise they wouldn't have put it in a game. And I know that there's got to be a solution, because I swear if you put like a Roomba in a maze, it would probably solve it eventually. So I'm not going to go for the whole random chance thing. That's not a great idea. So I'm thinking, wait, can I put in a compass? No, I can't even put in a compass. So it's all just tracking and laser ranging and stuff. I'll just figure that out later. I can rename this front sensor. There we go. Now I should be able to remember what the heck's going on. Right sensor. Okay. Now we'll go into the circuit board and it'll tell me exactly which sensor's which, and that'll help a lot when I'm trying to wire everything up. There we go, and then plop that right there. Now hopefully it'll turn at least, and it won't solve the maze, but it should at least get us places. Okay, see? There we go. And now it's gonna turn, and then it's gonna try to go back down the maze, as far as I know. Unless some miracle happens. Because it can't make correct turns. Yeah, see, this is just, it's gonna be stuck here literally forever. So at least we know that works. No, see, it just hates me now. Now the robot's just... Now it's just disagreeing with everything. It's like, dude, I can't believe you'd lie to me in such a horrible way. Yeah, there we go. Then I want you to do something real stupid and turn on that other motor. I was getting incredibly frustrated at this, and I wanted to just see kind of what the robot looked like in people's videos that have solved this, and so I didn't really look at the circuit board, but I looked at the robot, and I think it looked like this, more or less. So basically, and this is just mind-blowing to me, the 45 degrees allows you to sense in front and next to the robot at the same time with one sensor. So I'm going to go off of that that ability right there and delete everything. Whoops, so I'm going to split it. Yeah, okay. Oh, hey. Oh, it started to turn. Okay, I'm going to take a look back at what this is. So if it's greater than 1, it changes the direction. Okay, hold on. I'm going to rethink this. My brain was like completely... Whoops, my brain was completely flipped the wrong direction. Give me just a moment and I'll sort this out. Oh my gosh, is it actually working? Okay, come on. No way. I think I just got it to actually work. You guys, it's actually working. Okay, hold on. So I'll delete this part. And what am I? That doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so this is mostly just me figuring this out. I'll delete the parts I didn't need. This was completely lucky and almost a little bit cheating because I sort of looked at it as like some guy's robot, but I figured this whole system here out on my own, and I'm super proud. I have no idea if it's going to solve the maze, but it got around the first corner, and that's all that I asked for. So basically, it takes the sensor output, splits it up, puts it into 2 separate things, and now if it's, let's see, less than 0.7, it turns the right motor on and off so that it can slowly maneuver, and then if it is if it's less than 0.5, so that there's a little bit of a range there, it turns the left motor around, and then this thing just keeps the left motor on. So watch this. So it wasn't close enough, so it went straight to the wall, and it probably would have gone in circles, but then it sees the wall there, and it's like, well, nope, and then there we go. And now it just scoots on around. Oh my gosh, here we go. And it turns this corner. It hits the corner, but it still turns it. And now it sees that the wall's not there anymore. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, now this is going to be kind of interesting if it can make it through this little U-turn area. I have no idea if it's going to do it, but I really hope it does. I might have to increase the range on this just a little bit more so it stops hitting stuff if it doesn't succeed. But right now, look at this. We're partway through the maze already. Oh my goodness. And I feel like this is like preparing me because I know that there's a vacuum cleaner robot in the creative mode. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm supposed to create a vacuum cleaner. Okay, wow, it sorted itself out right there. Oh my gosh. See, this game is incredibly annoying if you don't know what you're doing, but as soon as you figure something out, you feel like a champion, and that, I tell you what, is how I feel right now. I have never been so excited about a robot in my entire life, and I've been excited about robots, but there's just something special about creating your own little ridiculous robot that serves almost no function, except mine can solve a maze. I mean, that's just fantastic. And now, I'm pretty sure with LEGO Mindstorms, I could actually, using this, create a robot that can solve a maze. I don't know what I'd use that for, but I could, and that's exciting. Maybe if I get the skills from this game to make a little vacuum robot, maybe I'll make one out of Lego that just vacuums my floor for me. Oh gosh, that would be ridiculous, but amazing. And it would be made out of Lego, so that'd be even cooler. But now that I know it can make these U-turns, or at least it made the last one, I really hope it can make this one. Come on, there we go. I believe in you. I believe in you. You just gotta believe in you. Okay, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the home stretch. It just has to make this little turn, excuse my English, and then it's home free, and it is completely done, and we never have to go back again to this maze. But I mean, honestly, I want to now that it solves it, and it is done. Oh my gosh, I feel so good right now. And what didn't I do? I didn't do the time. Okay, sure. I don't know how it was supposed to do it faster. Let's take a look at the line maze. I'm not going to do it, but oh, this is terrifying. So maybe it has to make a certain turn or something, I guess. Let's see. Maybe if I used my line robot from the last one and I said, hey, if you see a line to like your left, you just do that thing. Oh, but it needs to be able to turn around if it doesn't see a line. Oh man, this is some next level crap. Okay, so that is everything though for this episode. I am just so happy that I passed that last level. I thought I was going to be here all day. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do leave a like, and I will see all of you guys in the next one. Goodbye!